OTP, Otey The Producer, boy.
What's up, kings and queens? Just your girl Ray Unique coming at you guys today with another poppin' look. Yes, queen. Okay. Okay, so I'm bringing you guys the Candycane Christmas look today. So you guys, I had so much fun filming this look for you guys today. So what inspired me to do this look is I got on Instagram last night and I was just on there and I typed hashtag makeup looks, Christmas makeup looks. And a look similar to this one popped up. So I was like, yes, honey, why not do that on the chocolate queen, honey? Also, Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year. It pretty much is my favorite time of the year. So of course, I'm giving you guys more energy, more life, more liberty, justice, and for all, honey, yes. Doll, look at this look. Okay. Yes, you guys, like I was saying, I had extra fun with this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look. Please don't forget to like, comment, and especially subscribe. Like I said, again, I really hope you enjoyed this look. Make sure you give me a thumbs up and click on that little bell so it can notify you every time I drop a new video. I'll be dropping new videos for you guys every week. Might do 2 times a week. Never know with me, honey. Be on the lookout for that. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright guys, so first I am going to go ahead and prime my lid. I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C1. I'm just going to pat that all over my lid with a flat brush. After that, I will be using my finger to flatten everything out and make everything more smoother. Okay, once you get everything nice and flat, just make sure that your concealer is good and dry. From there, we're going to go in with our Scotch tape and just place it there on the side of the eye just to make everything way more precise once you go in with your shadows. And then from there, we're going to jump into our Take Me Back to Brazil palette in this nice lime green color. And I'm just going to use a fluffy brush. I'm just going to start to put that right under the brow bone and work that in there. Alrighty, so following that gorgeous lime green color, we're going to go in with a little darker lime green color here. And I'm just going to put that right in my crease. But I'm not going to cover up my lime green that's at the top. So I'm just going to focus that more in my crease. Then we're going with a deeper green, kind of like a turquoise. And I'm just going to mix those two and blend that in my crease as well, just for a deeper, darker effect right there in my crease before I cut my crease. Okay, queens, let's go ahead and cut this crease. So I'm going to use a little flat brush, a smaller flat brush. I'm going to go back into my C1 concealer, and I'm just going to start off nice and slow and pat that down directly on the lid. And I definitely want to make sure I take my time on this. I had to learn the hard way with cutting this crease, honey, but yes. The way I like to do it, I like to start off lower on the lid and then slowly work my way up to the top of that crease and then officially cut that crease. But I definitely don't want to do too much. Don't worry about any mistakes on this part as well, because remember, we're going to put glitter over it. And you also want to make sure that's dry as well. Then we're going to jump into our double exposure palette by Smashbox in the color Veil. It's like a flesh tone color, and we're just going to pat that directly on the crease that we just cut, directly on the lid, just to give that more of a flesh tone natural look before we go in with our white liner. Alrighty, now that we got that packed on, let's go ahead and remove that tape. And then we're gonna go in with our NYX Liquid White Eyeliner. And we're just gonna apply that slowly, very carefully, into a wing liner. Just like you would do your black liner, you're gonna do the same aspect with your white liner. But on this one, I did take my time. I'm way more careful, and you're gonna have to dip occasionally to get more on your stick. I'm sorry that I was covering that up, guys, but I really needed to focus on that wing, honey. I have to get that wing right. And right now I'm just making the wing a little thicker to match the other side. Alrighty, queens, now that we have slapped on that wing, let's go ahead and make sure that's dry as well. And it doesn't take long for the white liner to dry, but you do want to make sure it's dry before we start to apply our red candy cane effect on top of it. So we definitely want to make sure that's dry. You definitely don't want to mess up the look. All right, now we're going to go in with our Kat Von D red. This is actually a lip liner, but I definitely used it for all purposes in this video. It is very vibrant, and I wanted a little precise little pencil-like concept for this wing, just because it's so small. And yeah, I'm just gonna go in and checking with the opposite side that it's pretty lined up. And you're just gonna go in and gently place those on there. Don't worry if they look like smudges, because we are gonna go back in with our NYX white liquid liner just to straighten everything up and make everything perfect. All right, almost done here, and you wanna go all the way to the corner of the eye, and then we're gonna hit the wing and put one over there as well. Alrighty, perfect. So now's the time to go back in with your white liner just to make everything more spick and span, correct any smudges that you did place incorrectly with the red. You're just gonna go in and correct those, and also to make your white more vibrant in between our candy cane effect here. So also take your time on this and grab more white liner as you go, just to make sure it's not dry. Alrighty, perfect. Glitter time. Let's go into our Makeup Forever. This is our Starlit Glitter. Lord, I was dropping it, Jesus. Alrighty, and I also went in with a very precise brush. I dipped in with my Essence Glitter Primer, and that's just what I'm putting on my crease at this time. After that, I'm gonna stick my precise brush back into my glitter, and then I'm gonna go directly above, on top of the line that I placed for the primer with the glitter, if that makes sense. Alrighty, honeys, now that we're pretty much done with our eye, I'm gonna jump into my Fenty Beauty foundation. This is my fave all time in the color 440 shade. And I'm just gonna apply that. Remember not, I repeat, remember not to bring that all the way up to your white liner. It will destroy your look. So just place that right under your white liner, and then you'll correct everything once you put your highlighter concealer on top of your foundation. So no worries, just go ahead and pat that all over, and just be careful around the eye area, especially your white wing liner. Especially your white wing liner, girl, because you do not want to mess that up, honey. That took us about 2 hours, okay? Okay.
Otey The Producer, boy.
Alrighty, let's go in with our Sephora Cream Caramel Concealer, and we're just gonna place that right under the eyes. In little ticks, we're gonna go down the bridge of the nose, pretty much the T-zone area, right there above the lip, and right there on the chin. And then we're gonna get a wet beauty sponge. Yes, wet beauty sponge, and you're just gonna blend that out. The purpose of a wet beauty sponge is just to make everything glide more smoothly. And like I said, at this point, that's the one we're gonna bring almost all the way up to that white wing liner, but you're still not gonna necessarily touch your liner, but you do wanna bring it all the way up to your wing liner without going on top of the white liner, if that makes sense. And then go ahead and buff that out over the nose, down the lip, on the chin. And then what I like to do, I like to wet my beauty blender again, and then turn it on the opposite butt side and pat in my foundation even more, just to make everything look seamless and to just push that foundation into your pores. Let's contour, darling. So we're going to go in with our Sephora brand as well in the shade Devil's Food. And I'm just going to place that on both of my cheekbone areas, on the top of my forehead, little dots, and down the bridge of my nose. I don't want to do too much, but at the same time, I don't want to do too little. And then I'm going to take a flat beauty blender, a square beauty blender. I'm going to wet that as well. And I'm going to go ahead and buff that out.
Otey The Producer, boy. Otey The Producer, boy.
Alrighty, perfect. Once we have our contour down, we're gonna go ahead and bake, honey. Bake to the gauze. We're gonna go in with our Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Banana. And I like to go in with banana first, just to let that bake. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop on my other lash off camera, guys.
Otey The Producer, boy.
Alrighty, so now that we're done baking, I'm gonna go in with my large fan brush and I'm just gonna brush away that excess powder just to make everything seamless.
Otey The Producer, boy.
Alrighty, so once we have all the excess powder brushed off, we're gonna go ahead and jump into our Masquerade Mini palette by Juvia's Place in the shade Giza. And I'm just gonna apply that directly on my brow bone, just to give that a little pop highlight area. Then we're gonna go back in with our fluffy brush just to buff that out and blend that in with the green, just so we don't have any harsh lines. Then we're gonna dip back into our Take Me Back to Brazil palette in the shade Red. And I'm just gonna go with a very precise brush under the eye this time. And I'm just gonna also smoke that area out with red.
Otey The Producer, boy.
Alrighty, awesome. Now that we got that laid up under the eye, let's jump back into our Masquerade Mini palette in the same shade Giza, which is kind of that white shimmery, but not too white. And I'm gonna pop that directly in my inner corners.
Otey The Producer, boy.
Alrighty, perfect. Now that we got that, let's go into our waterline with my Kat Von D lip liner in the shade Rosary, which is a red, and I'm gonna pop that right into the waterline. And then we're gonna also add our bottom lashes with my Colossal Mascara by Maybelline onto our bottom lash.
Otey The Producer, boy.
Okay, now we're gonna go in with our Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Deep 35. And I'm just gonna apply that all over the face just to get a more matte finished look. And don't worry, this won't take away from your contour or your highlighting. It would just basically make everything look more smooth and brushed over. Alrighty, now for my favorite time of the day, let's go ahead and highlight. So I'm gonna use my small fan brush and I'm gonna go back into our Masquerade Mini palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm gonna mix those two shades, Giza and Dahia, because I wanted like a bronzy silver tone for my highlight. I didn't necessarily want to go too gold or too silver. And I'm just gonna pop that onto the cheekbones, down the bridge of the nose, on the forehead, and on the side of my nostrils. Alrighty, and then for our blush, I'm also going to use a eyeshadow as well. in the shade Zulu, and I'm going to apply that right on the cheekbones, under the highlight, but right above the contour.
Otey The Producer, boy.
For our powder contour, I'm going to go back into the same palette in the deepest brown shade, and I'm going to apply that everywhere I contoured. So under the blush and on top of the forehead. I'm not going to do the nose because I didn't want a harsh contour on my nose. I feel like it's contoured enough. Alrighty, and just to get a more sharper face, we're going to jump back into our Banana Luxury Powder. I'm just going to place that right under the contour just to get more of a sharp edge. And then I am applying that with a dry, flat blending pad. And I'm just going to brush that off because I don't want to bake that for too long at all. And I'm going to take my big fan brush and also take away any excess. So now I'm going to go in with my Essence Hot Chocolate shade for the lip liner. I'm going to apply that all over. Then we're going to go back into our Kat Von D Rosary, and I am just going to pop that all over the lips just to get like a soft red ombre lip. From there, we're going to pop on a clear lip gloss from Essence as well, a Shine 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 Wet Like Lip Gloss.
Otey The Producer, boy.
Alrighty, queens, and this is pretty much the finished look. Thank you guys so much once again for tuning in. Remember to go ahead and do a thumbs up, click the bell to get notified every time I do upload a video, as well as make sure you subscribe. All the details will be below in the description box. Mwah.